Right Honorable Peter Devi Bhandari, former President of Nepal, Honorable Dr. Yubraji Khadiwada, former Finance Minister of Nepal, and also our Honorable Mr. Ong Te Kit, former Minister of Transport of Malaysia, Professor Kishore Jam Bara, Vice Chancellor of Tribhuvan University, Professor Katika K.C., Rector of Tribhuvan University, and also our Professor Kedar Prasad Rijal, Registrar from Tribhuvan University, my fellow Chinese, Professor Yao Le, Vice President of Sichuan University, and Counsel and Director of China Center for South Asia Studies of Sichuan University. Also, our friend, Honorable Mr. Kamal Tapa, former Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister of Nepal, Honorable Mr. Pradeep Gawali, former Foreign Minister of Nepal, and my colleagues, Excellency Abra Hashmi, Ambassador of Pakistan to Nepal, and our honored guest, former Foreign Secretary from Pakistan. Also esteemed speakers, distinguished guests and participants, ladies and gentlemen, our media people, a very good morning and namaste. I'm more than delighted to attend this successful opening of PHEWA Dialogue 2024, not only because it provides a notable platform for all the speakers and panelists to gather and share the valuable insights, but also for the significant message it conveys to Nepal as well as to the whole South Asian region. It is widely recognized that the world has undergone four times of large-scale international industrial transfers, driven by technological evolution and industrial upgrading. In the late 18th century, it is believed that the first industrial transfer was occurred with the industries transferred from the then leading manufacturer, the United Kingdoms, to other European and North American countries. And the second transfer was happened by industrial transfer from the US to Germany and Japan after World War II from 1950s to the 60s. The third is believed to happen from 1970s to 1980s, in which the industries are transferred from Germany, Japan, United States to the late so-called four Asian tiger economies. And in the 1990s, the first transfer happened, which is the largest ever in history, that China has become the major transferee, which enables China to transform into an industrialized country and become a world manufacturing base for the whole world. It is noteworthy that the fifth international industrial transfer is happening and accelerating, and it's dramatically changed the global landscape. This once in 20 years opportunity now is facing South Asian countries. In the last four transfers, South Asian countries was not involved, but this time you are the hotspot of this transfer. So that's why this dialogue very relevant in the timing. How the South Asian countries can grasp this once 20 years opportunities. I want to share a few thoughts. Number one, when the time comes, you need to grasp the opportunities. Like our Chinese President Xi Jinping remarked at this year's APEC summit that, I quote, "The new technological revolution and industrial transformation are getting more profound. And the world is moving faster to embrace a digital, green, and smart economy, We should keep pace with the times and stimulate economic growth with the current technological revolutions. China, even though we have enjoyed years of rapid economic growth, but now China is still vigorously embracing open up and reform. A few months ago, the 20th Central Committee of the CPC, at its third plenum, has laid out systematic plans for further deepening reform across the board to advance Chinese modernization. More than 300 consequential reform measures was unveiled pertaining to advancing high-quality economic development. I give you the Chinese example as to encouraging our South Asian countries to embrace for the fifth transfer. You need to prepare yourself, you need to reform, you need to open up. Second, I want to share with you, we should promote regional integration. As also stated by the Chinese President Xi Jinping on the APEC summit, regional economic integration is critical for long-term development and prosperity. According to the statistics, there are around 50 regional cooperation organizations. They contributed immensely to boosting regional trade and investment, liberalization and facilitation, economic mutual benefit between member economies, and the interests and the well-being of the people. It is important to recognize that the level of economic integration in South Asia is still very low, with the World Bank reporting that South Asia is one of the least integrated regions in the world in terms of trade and people-to-people contact. The intra-regional trade accounts for barely 5% of South Asia's total trade, whereas the ASEAN regions, the intra-regional trade makes up 25%. So regional integration is very important for South Asian countries to embrace for the fifth industrial transfer. Third, we should stay committed to an open economy and inclusive regionalism. President Xi also stated in APEC summit that the success of Asia-Pacific is due to the continuous practices of true multilateralism and open regionalism. According to statistics, there are around 12 interregional cooperation organizations and 57 international cooperation organizations, which indicates that open and inclusive economic globalization is an objective requirement of growing social productive forces and a natural outcome of advancement in science and technology and a mighty historical trend. Although regional cooperation is confronted with challenges such as rising tendencies of geopolitics, unilateralism, and protectionism, it has always been the general trend of opening regionalism. At this historical crossroads, we must uphold a universally beneficial and inclusive vision for South Asian development, acting in solidarity and cooperation to meet the challenges and build a China-South Asia community with a shared future and start a new era in South Asia development. Ladies and gentlemen, it is important to recognize that actively adapting to global industrial transfer and continuously consolidating and enhancing the positions of South Asia in the global value chain is consistent with the medium and long-term strategic need to promote high-quality development of the manufacturing industries. This dialogue is therefore attached with great importance for gathering wisdom on guiding the future directions of development. It could also serve as a wake-up call for the region to not miss this once 20 years opportunity. I'm confident that the dialogue will achieve fruitful outcomes and provide guidance and inspirations for the policymaking process across the countries. It is also anticipated that all stakeholders are able to benefit from the discussion and conclusion of this very dialogue, and that the dialogue serves as a pioneer and flagship project of high-level forums in this region, and providing a constant source of strength for high-quality economic growth of the region. Thank you once again for the opportunity to give me to address you today, and wish the dialogue a great success. Thank you. Namaste.